boys and girls, I hope everybody's well. Today we're going to be thinking about the simple past tense and the present perfect tense. So watch the video and then we'll see how we get on. Okay then, year 3. So we're going to be thinking about the simple past tense and the present perfect tense. I like to think of this as a timeline, past to where we are now and to what happens in the future. The simple past tense tells us something that's happened in the past and it finishes before our present time. The present perfect tense tells us about something that's started in the past and whether the action is finished or unfinished and it still affects the present in some way. Okay, and I'm going to go through a few examples with you. Okay, here's a sentence. Tom drove to work today. Okay, if we have a look at this sentence, we can identify our past tense verb, drove. Okay, now this has happened in the past and doesn't affect anything which is going to happen from now and into the future. So this is called the simple past. Okay, here's a similar sentence, but it's slightly different. Tom has driven to work today. Okay, so it's started in the past, but it can still affect the now and the future. And there's a slight difference to this sentence. It's this word here, has. So when we're identifying present perfect sentences, which is what this is, they often have has or have included in them. So a quick way to spot them is to find sentences which have has or have, and those would be present perfect. Simple past sentences would just have a past tense verb. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you some sentences. I want you to tell me whether they are simple past or present perfect. Okay then guys, here are two sentences. I have seen a film. I saw a film. So think back to what the simple past tense would include in a sentence, and then think about what the rules are with the present perfect sentence. Have a think about these two. Which sentence is simple past? Which sentence is present perfect? Okay, the simple past sentence is this one. I saw a film. We've got a past tense verb, saw. Okay. Present perfect, I have seen a film. It starts in the past tense, but it's something that could continue across to where we are now or in the present tense. And the clue with this is that it has have. Okay. Have is our clue word to identify present perfect. It would be have or has. We're going to do a little sorting activity now, and what I want you to do is to look at the sentences and see if you can sort them between the simple past and the present perfect. Okay then guys, here's a few sentences for you. I'll read through each one. She walked, we talked, the door has broken, the baby cried, they thought, we have eaten, you have eaten the apple, she has listened to some music, I read the magazine, he climbed the tree, I have watched a film. What I want you to do is pause the video here and see if you can read these through with your parents and decide which one is the simple past and which one is the present perfect. Okay, so pause the video, see if you can sort them, and then we'll go through some answers. Okay, well done guys, thank you for doing that. Okay, she walked. We've got a past tense verb in it, and no has and no have, so that has to be the simple past. Okay, do this one. I have watched a film. That one would be in the present perfect, and the clue word is the fact that it's got have in it. Okay, he climbed a tree. make sure he's careful when he's doing that. That would be the simple past. Again, we have no has and no have. All right. They thought would be simple past. Thought is our past tense verb. Okay. The door has broken. That's the present perfect. Okay, the clue is it's got has. All right. The baby cried. Past tense. The past tense verb, cried. She has listened to some music. It's in the present perfect. The clue is the fact that it's got has. Happens in the past tense. And still continues on today. Stuck to my finger. We talked. Goes in the simple past. I read the magazine. Simple past. We have eaten. Okay, you might say we have eaten today. Starts in the past tense, but it's something that still continues. You have eaten the apple. The clue is that we've got have in that sentence. So, sentences in the present perfect have or has. Simple past just has the past tense verb. Okay, brilliant stuff. Well done, guys. Well done for doing that. Okay then, boys and girls. I'm just going to do a little example sentence about the task which you're going to do on the home learning website. So, here's two sentences. I went to the park yesterday. I have been to the park yesterday. Okay. One of them is in the simple past tense, and one of them is in the present perfect tense. Can you identify which is which? Okay. Okay, this one here, I have been to the park yesterday. That is in the present perfect tense. But does it sound right with our sentence? Which would you use to explain to somebody that you went to the park? Okay, have a little think about it. Which one sounds correct to you? I went to the park yesterday, or I have been to the park yesterday. Which would you use? Would you use the simple past, or would you use the present perfect? Which sounds right? Have a little think, have a little discussion with your parents. Okay. In this instance, I would definitely be using the simple past tense. This is the one which makes sense. It makes it nice and clear. Okay? Alright, so a lot of when we do simple past and present perfect, it's all about whether it sounds right or not with the information you want to explain. I'll do one more example and then we'll finish. Okay guys, here's a second example. Which one would you use? Which one sounds correct? Say, sentence 1. When you have tidied your room, you can go out to play. Or, when you tidied your room, you can go out to play. Let's think about which one's the simple past and the present perfect. Sentence 1 is the present perfect because we have in our sentence. Sentence 2 is the simple past because we've just got the past tense verb here. Okay, but which one sounds right? Would you use the simple past or the present perfect? Read them through a couple of times, decide which one makes sense. Okay, I would be using sentence 1. When you have tidied your room, you can go out to play. Okay, this one makes sense. This is the one that I would use. Okay then guys, check out the school website, see if you can find your work for today. There is a little explanation and some sentences which you can look at and decide whether you need to use the present perfect or the simple past. Okay, keep up the great work guys, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.